Oh my god, there we go. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Sunday morning Dooger. Sunday afternoon Dooger. Sad, if you will. Okay. Microphone is working. I think. If it sounds weird, let me know. It sounds like always fantastic. That's all I need. Oh my goodness. Hi everyone. Welcome. I still look sick. I still sound sick. But you know what? I feel a lot better. And that's what matters. Oh, bye. I thought we were gonna have a snug. That's fine. Is this a Hades 2 hype room? Dude, I'm very excited for Hades 2. I don't think they've ever done a sequel before. So, that's pretty exciting. Because I remember when they were working on regular Hades, everyone was like, but there's so many other gods that didn't wind up in this game. And they were like, yeah, well, I don't think we're going to wind up adding other gods and trying to incorporate different boons into the product that we have right now, right? I don't think DLC is going to be in the future. And everyone was like, well, that sucks because they don't do sequels. So, it would be really cool to see those gods. I guess we won't see them though. And now we get to. So that's great. No, we're not going to talk about deadbeats at all. But people in the IO Discord have been talking about it a bunch. So if you want to talk about it with people, I suggest going to the IO Discord. Yeah. Hello from Japan. Hello. How are you doing? I'm so far behind on deadbeats. Last session was very good. That's all that I'll say. Good enough that it was on Thursday and people are still talking about it. So, yeah. I would say we've got 3 sessions left until the season is done. So you'll have some catch-up time after that. I'm sure there will be a break in between seasons. The title still says Deadbeats. Oh, no, that's just an accident. Later is Godforged, not Deadbeats. These? No, they're the same. Look, they're here. They're here. No. They're fakesies. They're cute though. No, there's no snow here. It doesn't really snow in this area of England, it feels like. But it is icy. It is very icy. We have lots of areas with really dense spider webs. And when we've been outside, we've had a lot of fun looking for frozen spider webs. They're beautiful. And then Clark, so cursed. Clark today was like, I wish I could eat one. It's like, honey, no. She was like, but eating ice is fun. So I bet eating a frozen spider web would be fun. And I was like, but honey, it's not just the ice you're eating, you're also eating the web. And she was like, oh, yeah, that's true. Yeah, I don't think we haven't had any snow. We went to a little Christmas fair yesterday, and that was fun at one of the like. This time of year is popping for manor houses. England is really into manor houses. Around this time of year, all of the like stately homes and manors, they'll have like events, like family festive events, and they'll put up lights all over the place and things like that. And it's very cute. And every year, Sam's family tries to get everybody to go to the same one. The last 2 years, we've been to a place called Waddesdon Manor. And so we went there yesterday. And our little family, at the very least, we were like, well, I'm still gross. So I will be wearing a mask and my thing. And, you know, Sam's back was all messed up and he barely slept. So we were like, we don't know how long we'll stay. We'll see. And in a shocking turn of events, Sam and I were feeling like kind of fine. And then Clark took like a huge turn at some point where she was doing fine. She was having fun. And then I want to say like 2 hours into being there, she was like, I'm done. I'm out. I want to go home. And we were like, oh, okay. But it's fun because I worked at Waddesdon this year on a Netflix show. Oh, interesting. It was freezing. It was so cold. The last, so 2 years ago we went, this is when, there was still a lot of like lockdown stuff was in place, right? So, we went and it was just the outdoor like fair and everyone had to wear masks and whatever else. So we went to that 2 years ago, and then, last year we also went and it was pouring rain. So it was Hello? Can you hear me? Oh my goodness. Okay, great. Like I said, I said in chat during pre-show that I was wrestling with the mic, that for some reason I couldn't get the mic to work. So apparently, maybe a cable is getting futzed up. Let me know if something wrong happens again. But anyway, 2 years ago it was still COVID stuff. 1 year ago it was wet. Was basically what was going on. It was rainy and muddy and the kids loved it and we were miserable, but you know, it was still fun. And then this year was the first year that we were like, let's go in the manor. We've never been in the manor. So we got there, we did a tour of the manor, which was very fun. They had lots of like you'd go into a room and the people that worked there would, to the kids, be like, hey, see if you can find this, or like give them cool things to look for, which was really fun. So there was a room that had a bunch of hidden like paper birds in it. There was a room with a painting of, oh my God, I can't remember which king it was, but the lady that was working in there was like, did you know this painting has a magic foot? And the kids were like, what? She was like, did you know, no matter where you go in this room, it will always look like his toe is pointing at you? bedlam. It was the kids just running all over the room like, it's pointing at me. It was so funny. So yeah, that was really fun. And then we came out and the sun was already starting to like vanish. The second the sun was gone, the kids went from, this is fun, we're having a great time, to, we are freezing. All of the kids at the same time were like, no, I'm done. I was trying to encourage Clark to like run around a little bit because we had like all of her like winter clothes on and stuff. And I was like, maybe if you run around a little bit, you might feel better. She started running and immediately fell and ate shit. And Sam was like, she was like, I don't want to do this. I want to be in the pram. We're like, okay. We always bring the pram to things like this because the likelihood that she'll get tired is pretty high, right? So thank God. So she fell immediately, was like, I don't want to play. I want to be in the pram. I want a blankie. What's that? Like a, oh my God. A stroller. Holy shit. I forgot what they call them in America. Jesus Christ. A stroller. So put her in the stroller. There was 2 years ago, there was a stall that was selling these really cool like handmade wooden puzzles, and we got her one and she loves it and she still does it all the time. And so her whole thing was like, I want to find that guy, right? I want to find the puzzle guy and get a new puzzle. And we were like, that sounds great. Let's get you a new puzzle, right? So we walked down one aisle, up the other aisle. Puzzle dude is not there. And that was it. That was the only thing that she was still living for that day. You know, she was just like, no puzzle. I'm out. Emotionally, spiritually, I'm done. I'm done. So, while we were walking around, we had seen another stall that had entirely stuffed animals and toys made out of recycled materials, and they had a unicorn. And Clark was like, I love that. And so Sam had said, if we can't find the puzzle for some reason, we'll come back and get the unicorn. No puzzle, so we came back around, we got the unicorn, and honestly, like, she's obsessed with it. She's been playing with it all day. She loves it. She named it. It's been great. So, you know what? That's fine. Do you want to know what the most English thing is in the world, though? This would not be a thing in America. I would just like to establish. We went to Waddesdon Manor, right? A stately home. We went to their Christmas fair. We saw, you know, cheeses and garlic sauces, and we saw, you know, really high quality like jewelry makers and toy makers and whatever. And the stall that was really popping off was a stall, I'm not joking, was a stall for feather dusters. Feather dusters? Y'all hurting for feather dusters in 2022? That's where you want to go at the Christmas fair? Is the stall with feather dusters? Like what? For what? For the aesthetic of dusting? Kills me. It's literally just a stall that said feather dusters and pretty letters on it. I can't. How fancy were they? Very. You know, they were like nice wood handles with the beautiful feathers coming off of them. Yeah, maybe. Oh my god, did one of you guys link me to this, or was this a separate thing? Um, was it in Belgium? Sorry, this is like totally off topic. I just thought of it because of feathers and the fact that I have feathers all over my property because of the chickens. And then I was like, oh, the chicken thing. I think it was somewhere in Belgium, but they did this experiment where in a community they like offered a certain number of chickens to people. And we're like, if anybody wants chickens in this neighborhood, you can have chickens, right? Offered them chickens. And in that community, hold on. In that community, food waste went like way down. And also no one was buying eggs anymore. They were like, all right, in this community, we've managed to destroy the egg industry. And there's also like no food waste. So that's pretty tight. Hi, Sherlock. What's up? What are you thinking about, buddy? This is like where he wants to be all the time now, and it drives me crazy. He'll just like inch closer and closer and closer, and there's nowhere for me to put my mouse at all. It's because chickens will eat like most things. Are you sick? Oh yeah, I've been sick. Yeah. My streams this week have been sporadic at best, and well, short at best, sporadic at worst, I feel. I thought I was getting back 2 days in. I was like, you know what? This is developing really quickly. I feel like it's already on its way out. And then I took such a harsh turn. The last 3 days, I haven't been able to hear very well. So like on Friday, I didn't stream at all because I had like a bunch of sinus pain. And I was just so congested that I couldn't hear very well at all. Today, I'm still congested in a way where it feels like I can't hear super well. So... yeah, that's how I feel too. I'm like, at least this is happening now. And hopefully, you know, by the time all of the family shit is ramping, I'll feel great. And I'll be done with this shit, you know? No. It's a cold. It's just a basic ass cold. It's just annoying. I have a child in school. I guess I've heard this a few different times from different like people in like the medical field, but little kids when they're in school average being sick about 20 days out of the month. So they'll get sick like twice a month for 7 to 10 days. Something like that. So you basically wind up sick almost all the time. It just sucks, dude. And like Clark's been in like a school-ish setting for a couple years now, right? So it's not that bad anymore. But you know, she still just brings shit home all the time because that's stuff breeds at school, dude. Oh my gosh. Did I tell you guys Clark went I think it was on Remembrance Day. Some of the family took Clarky to like a thing that was happening at the park with some of her cousins, And she came home, and my sister-in-law was like, yeah, we took them into the dollar store, into the pound shop. Took her into the dollar store, what I think of as the dollar store, and let her get whatever she wanted for, a pound. And she chose a bag of like 10 different glitters. And I was like, oh, good. So, we've done a couple things with them, and I've generally figured out how to like keep it. Thank you, Millman, for the raid. How to generally keep it contained, And fortunately, we've been doing like crafty-ish stuff for so much of her life that if I'm like, this will get everywhere, let's try to be careful with it, then we can do that. So today we were looking at, she really wanted to start making her Christmas cards for her cousins. And I was like, that sounds like a great idea. What do you want to do with them? And so we decided to watch some videos of like art projects that people are doing with their kids for like winter holiday stuff, right? And we saw some cute things, but one of them was just taking glue, making a big squiggle and covering it in glitter, and then like drawing around it, decorating it like a tree. And she was like, I want to do that. So we made 2 different cards so far today. And oh my gosh, hi. Cool, like in chat. I lurk in your streams all the time. I hope you're doing well. What was I saying? Yeah, so we made 2 different cards, and they both actually turned out great, and we didn't get glitter anywhere. Incredible. I was like, this is amazing. I'm really scared that we're going to push our luck and ruin it, So, fortunately, after 2 cards and Clarky realizing I have to wait until he's dry, which means I can't do anything else with them for another day, she was like, I think I'm done with the glitter for today. I was like, oh, thank God. Thank God. We did 2 and glitter didn't get anywhere. So, excellent. Yeah, but I'm still like trying to figure out how to curb not curb isn't really the right word, but how to work with the sort of like attempts at perfectionism, like how do you lovingly steer your kid toward being okay with making mistakes? That's quite difficult. Trying to do that, because if she does something and it doesn't look exactly how she wanted it to look, it's like, scrap it. I'm not even looking at it anymore. It's dead to me. Throw it away, It's so hard to figure that out. Your reaction to the mistakes are usually a good chunk of their lifelong view of mistakes. I mean, I don't think... maybe I'm wrong. I can't think of a single time that she's, like, drawn something in a certain way and I've been like, that's wrong. Like... I mean, of course, I do think that how we talk to her now will become part of how she talks to herself as an adult, right? And as she gets older, I do think that that's absolutely true. No pressure at all. So I try to be really conscientious about like how I talk about the things that she creates and the things that she loves. But I think part of it is her personality. She loves to create things, but she wants them to look a specific way quicker than she has created the skill set to create them in that way. Does that make sense? I don't know if I worded that properly. Does she see you and Sam make mistakes? I think so. We were coloring last night, and she asked if I would help her color something, and I was coloring it, and she was like, "Oh, Mommy, you went outside of the lines." And I was like, "I did, but I think we can probably do something fun with it, even though it's like not in the lines. Like, that's okay, right?" And she was like, "Yeah." Yes, sir. What's up? Sorry for all the coughing. I know it's not fun to listen to somebody like snot and cough all the time. Yeah, I think something that's super fun, and I used to love when my dad would do this with me. Something that I think is super fun is when she wants to figure out how to draw something, and I realize, like, oh, I actually know an easy way to draw that thing, or like a simple way to draw that thing, right? And if I'm able to show her like the steps and she retains it, then she like draws that thing over and over and over again. That's really, really fun, because the way that I draw trees is still exactly the same way that my dad showed me how to draw trees when I was younger. Because he did it once and I was like, holy shit, that looks way better than how I was drawing trees before, So yeah, so it's fun. Yeah, well, how do you draw trees? It's like the wood grain, the grain of the wood on a tree. If you're drawing a tree, like how you do the lines inside of the tree to give it like texture, I guess, and yeah, like how do you draw wood grain, I guess, is what I still mimic from how my dad does it. Oh my god, my grandma, my Nana, forever ago, my Nana was an incredible painter. We still have a bunch of her paintings. She like specifically did a lot of like desert scenes and buffalo, and like they were beautiful, but like she had like a specific aesthetic of painting that she always wanted to do. Hi, darling. And I remember at one point she was like, you shouldn't be erasing. I was drawing in front of her and she was like, you shouldn't erase. If you make a mistake, just like keep drawing. And I hated that. It made me so mad. I was like, no. It's like, oh my God. When I was trying to do writing sprints for NaNoWriMo with Aaron, and Aaron was like, Yeah, the best thing that you can do is like be okay with not correcting something that you've written. Like while you're sprinting, the important thing is to like just get words down, you know, and like not bother going back to edit. Just write, just keep writing. Girl. Dude. Be like, all right, 15 minutes. I'm doing a sprint. One sentence in, I'm like, no. Like already erasing, dude. I can't do it. Like when you did the white text thing. Yes. And I kept trying to erase during that too. And I couldn't even see the words. Oh my God. Yeah. So I've had a story kicking around in my head that I haven't been able to decide if I want it to be a short story or a comic. I want it to be a comic. I'm just like scared to commit to like making a comic, even if it's just for me to like get it out in the world. I've been kicking around the idea for months, and in the car yesterday while we were driving to the fair, I was like, Sam, if you had magic, but it was like entirely technology based magic, like what would that mean? You know, what do you think that would mean, right? So he and I were like talking about it, like if somebody was like, yeah, I use like tech magic, we're like, what would that be? And then Clarky was listening, right? And I was like, Clark, what do you think like technology magic would be? Like what would you be able to do with technology magic? And there was a really long pause. And then she goes, probably technology. That was the whole answer. And I was like, you know what? Sometimes simplicity is best, Clarky. That's a very fair answer. Yeah. Profound. Clark's like, tech is magic already. It's true. Imagine being able to instantly charge anything. That was one of the things we had talked about. Yeah, it was like the sort of stuff that you would normally need to plug in for, right? That would be like redundant. You wouldn't need to do that anymore. It's tight. That's what Sam said. Sam was like, I feel like it would be almost like learning code, but it would be like magic, right? Like the way that you interact with machines. You would understand like the language of how to interface with basically any technology. And obviously you'd have a robot familiar. Sure, you could if you wanted one. I'm trying to teach my kid how an abacus works. I am one of, I don't know, probably thousands of parents who immediately bought the rainbow abacus from IKEA for their kid. And and Clark still loves hers, and she knows how to do basic math now. She can do addition and subtraction, right? And so we were messing around with the abacus, and she was counting and stuff, and I was trying to explain, and I think I just confused the shit out of her, but I was like, you know what's cool is that eventually you can consider like one row of these baubles to be like thousands, and one to be hundreds, and one to be like tens, you know? So like right now you could say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but you know, as you're counting to bigger numbers, instead one of the rows could be 10, 20, 30, 40. And she was like, and then 1,000,000. I was like, sure. Mm-hmm. We did a bunch of she was sent home with like a little booklet that had like winter themed projects in it, and the first 4 or 5 of them are all math based, and we did all of them this morning, and it was actually really fun. I was like, oh my gosh, Clarky knows how to do math now. I know that really quickly we're gonna go over a hill here where I'm gonna be like, I know how to help with all of this stuff. I know how to do math. I can do math. And then one day she's gonna come home, and it's gonna feel like I blinked, but one day she's gonna come home and be like, how do I do this? And I'll be like, I don't know. I don't know what any of this means, dude. As the parent of an 11-year-old, yes. No. It's, you know, I don't want to be yet another person who's like, math sucks. I actually really enjoyed math until it like stopped making sense to me, you know? I wish that it had continued to make sense to me. It just didn't. Which is unfortunate. It's just like, I adored my science classes, but there were some fields of science that I just didn't understand, you know? Engineering, that was super fun. Like, setting up little circuits and things, I loved that. But, you know, not everything could, like, make that much sense to me, I guess. There's also so much interesting, there's a lot of arguments to be made out there that you can read that, that kids in general want to learn math, right? That kids want to learn math like really badly, that they really enjoy math until school makes them hate math, which is so sad. Like currently, Clark's having a blast. She loves it, right? She loves like the rush of figuring out, I do know what 6 + 8 is, you know, she loves that. But like, it makes me sad thinking that there's going to be a point where school as it's currently set up is potentially going to make her dislike math and rob her of that feeling, you know? Part of that is a limitation of teaching 20 kids at once who learn at different speeds, for sure. Yeah. You know, you can't teach in a way that's accessible to every kid in your class, right? That's just the facts of it. I think it's helpful if kids are given the language and the understanding to figure out, like, how do I learn best? But that also means, like, okay, now supplement the learning you're already doing on your own to try and figure this out, you know? could try a little harder. Look, I know it depends on what country you're in, but like at least in America, teachers are done dirty, dude. I'm not about to be like, I wish that teachers just tried harder. Like, fuck. I wish the government would try harder. There we go. Anywho, we can talk about something a bit more positive. We don't have to talk about this, do we? How are you feeling, Watson? Yeah. How do you feel about the litter robot? What do you think about that so far? So far, neither of the cats have used the litter robot, but it's all set up. Watson has inspected it quite a bit. Basically, I'm trying to do a bunch of stuff to like ease them into getting used to it being there, right? So the litter robot's there. I have their normal litter box next to it. I put the litter robot on sleep mode for the whole first day, so that it wouldn't make any weird noises or do anything in front of them. But it turns out that like she's actually way more interested in it when it does move. So, how does it work? So basically, it looks like a big spaceship, and you put litter in it up to a fill line. It has a sensor in it so that it knows when a cat has gone in there, and then after the cat has left, it waits a few seconds, and then the whole dome turns, and it sifts out the clumps from the regular litter. It's very cool. It's really, really cool. And she thinks that's super neat. Every time it happens, she's like, nice. But again, they haven't used it yet. Another thing that was suggested was taking poops from the other litter box and putting them in the litter robot so that it smells like them. So it's occasionally turning and just getting rid of like poops that were not actually pooped in there. Poops that I put in there myself. But yeah, something that Alex and Free recommended was if I see them use it, then I will give them a treat. So I'm ready to do that whenever they decide to try it out. Those poops were planted. I planted those poops. Haha. Yeah, they're expensive. You can get them refurbished. You can get like older models. You don't have to get like the newest, spiciest one. But they're pretty awesome. They also you can send them back if your cats like refuse to use it. So, have you thought of taking away their other litter box? Yeah, after it's been here for a few days, sure. I'm not about to create a situation where they're like, well, I'm not pooping in that thing. So It looks like an angel. This little monster. This little monster. Yeah. I know Hades 2 happened. We talked about it at the start of stream. Yeah, there's a Hades 2 trailer that they dropped during the Game Awards. It's very exciting. I was so confused when I woke up the next day and everybody that I follow that has done Hades art was retweeting it. I was like, what happened? And then realized that people were drawing a character I had never seen before and was like, what happened? There's a new Hades game coming out. The hype has gotten me back into Hades 1. It makes me want to replay it. Although, I guess I never did the like last thing in Hades 1. I could just go back and like properly finish it. It's like Gravity Falls all over again. I put off watching the very last episode of Gravity Falls for, God, months. But they know their audience. They immediately released like a high quality wallpaper of 2 of the characters. And I was like, great, this is gonna be my whole personality for the next like year, and the game isn't even out. You do the same thing, you avoid closure. Yeah, when I was younger I did it with books. I would get to the last like 10 pages of a book and just not finish it. And then I started doing it with shows, and I still do it with shows sometimes. Occasionally Sam and I will be watching something and, you know, like say on Netflix, if you leave it paused for long enough, it'll be like, I guess you're done with that. Would you like to see a smorgasbord of other potential things you could watch? And it'll run through this weird, like moving wallpaper of different promo images for shows, you know? The number of times we'll be watching those and think, oh, we watched that. We never finished it, though. We watched that. We never finished it, though. I'm trying to decide if I want to get in on Hades 2 early access or wait for the game to be finished. I loved doing Hades early access. I had worried that there wasn't going to be enough when it like properly came out. Like that I was going to be really disappointed once it properly came out and there wasn't like a bunch more stuff to do. I think I do wish that I hadn't gone quite as hard on it before it actually came out. It's hard. It's hard to decide. Yeah, I guess like with the first Hades, it was sort of, it was almost like playing an episodic game, right? Because they'd release content and there would be new story stuff and new characters and, you know, new XYZ. God, I just haven't been able to get into Slime Rancher. I don't know why. I guess I never went super hard on the first Slime Rancher anyway. But Same with Darkest Dungeon 2. Play it a bit and let it be for a good 2 years. I played Darkest Dungeon 2 the second that they let us play it, and I have not touched it since. And a bunch of people have said, oh, they've changed so much about it. And I'm like, I think I'll just wait until they're done with it, you know? I think I'll just wait. I did like the first one. I just didn't... I didn't go, like, hard on it, you know? Hello. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the stream. I haven't been around in a couple of days because I've been a phlegmy mess. You beat the first one, which I haven't seen anybody else do. I beat the first one. I don't know if vanilla's the right word. I beat the first one with no DLC. The Crimson Court stuff is like not in there at all. I don't know that I could beat it with Crimson Court on. You know what I will say though? So we played Vampire Survivors. I hadn't played Vampire Survivors at all after it properly came out. I don't know why. I just didn't. And so last week when I was feeling like shit, I was like, okay, let's play something. What are we going to play? And Vampire Survivors was one of the games. I think it was on Thursday that I was like, we could play this because I haven't played it since it came out, right? Bro, I've played so much Vampire Survivors since that stream. I feel like I really burned myself out on it when it was in beta, early access. And then when it came out properly, I was like, eh. But they actually, there's a lot of fun stuff in there. And also, you can tell that they thought a lot about, like, okay, once people get to a certain point in the game, what are they meant to do with all this money that they have? Like, what are they meant to do? You know, once they've collected all of this stuff, you know, what's the point of, like, exploring the levels anymore? Like, they really try to figure out how to give you things to do the further in that you get. So, yeah. So I've been having a lot of fun with that. Hi, ma'am. What's going on? Really? Are you sure? Really? You can come down here if you want. Yeah. My hair looks nice today? Thank you. Really? Ah. How old is Watson? 9? I think you're 9 years old. 9 in August, so a little over 9 years old. I know. 9 years is also how long Sam and I have been dating, so you can imagine the reaction. I mean, cats can live into their early 20s. Normally, like, mid-teens to early 20s is when they're, like, old cats, you know? So Sherlock is currently 13-ish. So he's getting up there. He's considered a senior cat. He's an older cat now. She's an adult. She's a full-on adult. Mwah. Yeah, I was watching a video of somebody who had like a really old cat, and they were talking about their process every day for cleaning their cat because their cat couldn't clean themselves very well anymore. And I was like, my heart. Yeah, it was very sweet. It's like, aw. I would give my kitties little baths if they couldn't lick themselves anymore. Huh. I'd do that. Yeah. No prob. I got you. My vet says they're technically considered senior at 7, which I think is a load of bull. 7 seems so young. If they can live up to 20-ish, to at 7 years old be like, you're an old man now. Doesn't make any sense to me. Goodness. Ooh. Yeah, I guess that's fair. People get into their 30s and are like, my back's falling apart, dude. My knees. Yeah. Yeah. To round off the conversation from way earlier today, sorry. So because my child was freezing, and Sam and I didn't feel well anyway, we wound up leaving the fair before it got dark enough to enjoy the lights. So I'm now on the hunt for somewhere to go that will have nice lights to see. And again, when you try looking for something like that, for the most part, they're like, would you like to go to a stately home? Would you like to see a manor of some description? I'm like, I guess so. I guess. Is that all we got? Is that what we got out here? Is just stately homes? How British. No, for real though. It's extremely British. I was explaining to somebody that like panto isn't a thing in America. But like around this time of year, everybody goes to a panto. You know, there's just like so much stuff that I feel, especially around Christmas time, is so starkly English. Pantomime. pantomime show. I did make this myself. My rainbow scarf. Yeah, some people love it and some people hate it. I think it's just like very campy. But I've never been to a panto. And Sam was saying that Clark isn't really at an age where she would enjoy a panto anyway. So he's like, well, I mean, if you wanted to see one, that's fine. But like, we can just wait a little bit. Oh God, I'm not flying anywhere this month. No way. You're right. A flight somewhere else in Europe is pretty cheap and pretty quick. But I'm not about to be like, man, we missed the lights at Waddesdon Manor. Maybe we'll fly to Switzerland or something. Not this time of year, dude. It's a nightmare. Because we'd have to like find somewhere to stay. We'd have to, just no. Yeah. I mean, yeah, you can spend under 100 pounds and get to a different country here, which is pretty wild. That's not the case in America. You had a train to Scotland, cost me 200 pounds. No! Yes. The train strikes are going on right now, I think. So Sam's family was trying to plan a thing in London, and it's like turned into a nightmare because everyone's like, how are we getting there, guys? What's the plan? This was marked all the way down because apparently nobody wanted it. I went to Sainsbury's to get some groceries. What are you looking at? And this was £1 at Sainsbury's. It's just a bunch of like weird little gold mushrooms with fairy lights around them. And I was like, yep. I'll take that. Thank you very much. That's my aesthetic. You did it. Thank you. I hear a child. Do you hear a child, Watson? Do you see? There's spots where she licks all the time. Beepy. Hello. What you doing? Oops.
Got Talia.
You do? Look at her. How cute.
I did that to her.
You put little hair ties on her.
Yeah.
How cute. Why isn't this working?
Hee hee hee.
Hee hee hee.
Dad.
Hello. Hello? There we go. Now it's moving. Everybody say hi, Clarky.
Did they say hi?
Let's see. Hi, Clark. Hello, Clarky. Hello, Clark. Hi, Clarky. Hi, Clarky. Yep. They're saying hi.
It's funny that one said, "Hello, Clarky."
It's funny that one said hello, Clarky.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are you up to? What are you doing?
I'm just chilling with Daddy. I'm playing a little green guy game where you have.
A green guy game? Tell me, what are you doing it?
I've played it before. You have to get
Uh-huh.
whichever sweetie you pick. You have to get it in this mouth.
Oh, where he sits at the bottom. He's like a little round
and
guy.
I changed it to a donut.
Oh, nice. So you get to choose what kind of sweetie it is. And then you cut the ropes, right? And it has to go in his mouth?
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you good at it?
Yeah, but I asked Daddy to do a little bit of it.
Sure, that makes sense.
For one, I did it
Uh-huh.
by myself.
Nice, well done. These are very cute on her. Okay. I'm gonna work just a little bit longer, okay? Can I give you a big hug? Yes! Oh, what a good hug. Thank you.
I washed my hands not in the sink.
Mm-hmm.
I washed my hands in the bath.
You did, because the sink has all your toys in it.
Yeah.
Let's wash your toys today, yeah? So we can get them out of the sink. Okay, here, take Atalia. And I'll see you in a few minutes, okay?
Okay.
Bye, Clarky. Bye, Atalia. Love you. What are you doing? She did not leave. I don't know if that's obvious. Hi. That's cute, huh? My friend Telly made that.
What?
Yeah.
What? Are you serious?
I am serious. It's a little grubby. It's a little grubby with a board in front of it, huh?
I thought it was
Uh-huh.
a little sloth.
Thought it was a sloth. It's a caterpillar. Caterpillar? Or was it a grubby? What were they in Hollow Knight? The little green guys. It doesn't matter. We played a game a while back where this is what I looked like. And that's why Telly made it for me. It's cute, huh? Oh my gosh. Okay. One sec, chat. I'll be right back. Go pee. Grab a drink. Hello. I'm back. Boop. I've offloaded a small human. And I've returned. Did someone redeem the raid? Why is it out of stock? I normally open it up at the end. It decreases the amount of times that someone redeems a raid, and then when we go to raid them, they're already off stream. Their stream is already ended, you know? So normally just wait until the end and then I'll open it up. God, my lips are so chapped. You can probably tell. When you bite at your lips a lot, when it gets to the season where they get chapped all the time, they split really badly, which sucks. Yeah, she's at big school now, you know. So, yeah, she's gonna just sound more and more and more English. The more that she grows up surrounded by English peers, you know. Yeah, so I was talking about that the other day, actually. Sam and I have never, like, explained what we do to her. But there are a few different YouTube channels, like specifically like DIY and art channels that she watches a lot. And, oh, 1 second. Okay, sorry. Oh, but yeah, so there are some YouTube channels that she watches, right? And a few days ago, or maybe it was a couple weeks ago, she was like, "Mommy, are you talking to your fans?" or something like that. It happened on stream. Like, "Mommy, are you talking to your fans?" And I was like, "Why do you think I have fans?" This is basically trying to be like, what makes you think that I have fans? Or, you know, whatever. And she brought it up again later and was like, "Mommy, when you work, you're talking to your fans, aren't you?" And I was like, "Yeah, but we've never said that to you. So where do you get that from?" And she was like, "Well, sometimes you say things to them that people in YouTube videos say in their videos, and they have fans. So it makes sense that you have fans." And I was like, "That's smart. That's smart." I know, YouTuber is outing me. But it was good because then, you know, we were able to, well, I don't know how much of it she retained really, but like it turned into a conversation where I was like, "Yeah, you know, there are a lot of people that watch Daddy and I, and most of them we don't know in real life, right? Which is why we try to be really careful about what we show on stream, what we talk about, all of those sorts of things, because it's just like when you watch Minori or anybody else, you know, you don't know her in real life, so you know, she's not gonna say like a bunch of really personal stuff, you know, when a bunch of people are watching that she doesn't know." And Clark was like, But, you know, it's a good point, especially now she's making those connections. It's a good point to start like talking to her about, you know, just Sam and I have over the years learned so much about online privacy, and I still talk so much about my personal life, that, you know, especially for me, it's important for me to remember, like, what things should I talk about and what things should I not talk about, you know? Yeah, exactly. Internet safety and privacy can never be taught early enough. It's true. It's important to talk about that stuff. So talking to her about it now, and just like reinforcing it over time will be good. Especially because, you know, we're eventually going to hit the point where she's like, I know that I'm a baby, but can I have a TikTok account? And I'll be like, abso-fucking-lutely not. Ooh, thank you for the link, Alex. No social media until she's 40. It's really interesting. You know, I ingest a lot of like parent content. Again, everything that I see or listen to, I take with a grain of salt. I try to, you know, determine for me whether or not the things that they're talking about make sense or apply to my situation with Clark, because all kids are different, all parents are different, whatever, right? But it's really interesting when people talk about like, yeah, I'm not letting my kid have social media until X number of years. It'll be a lot of younger people being like, oof, God, this mom would drive me crazy, right? Sort of a thing. And then a bunch of adults being like, Jesus, I wish somebody had kept me away from social media until that age, you know? It's interesting, like, the difference that a lot of younger people will hear that and think like, you know, when I get that old, what right do you have to keep me from having social media? Versus adults being like, there's shit that I saw and people that I interacted with and things that I did online that I really wish I hadn't done. And maybe that could have been mitigated if I didn't have social media before X age, you know? So it's interesting to see both perspectives on it in response to content like that. I know what I was doing online when I was a child. So I'm glad I won't be having children, dude. Yeah. For sure. I mean, social media as it exists now wasn't really a thing until I was, you know, in my late teens anyway, really. But, you know, I was like out in the wild west of the internet when I was like 13 was when we got internet in our house. And I absolutely stumbled onto all sorts of stuff that I should not have. I'm 35, for anybody who doesn't know that. My hometown didn't have internet available until I was 12. Just to give you context. Not saying that I'm like extremely old or anything, but before a bunch of people are in here like, yeah, but you're a baby. Because sometimes these conversations turn into that. Yeah, exactly. I'm not being like, I wish my parents had kept me from X, Y, and Z. The internet was new to them too, you know? But Sam and I are in a different position where our entire livelihood is on the internet. We've made a majority of our friendships on the internet. You know, we have a much better understanding of what it's like out there. So we can hopefully do a better job of, you know, being really active parents and, you know, keeping an eye on what she's doing and all of that. Nah. Back in my day, we had modem noises. Yeah. Back in my day, if I wanted to go into a Spice Girls chat room, my mom could not make an outgoing phone call. Does Clark also think every screen is a touch screen? No, but she did make fun of herself the other day. We were watching something on TV and she went to like touch it and was like, oh my gosh, I thought that was a tablet. We all just started laughing. It's like, Clarky, did you think the TV was a tablet? She was like, yeah. Hey, Sherlock. Beep, beep, beep. Hey, buddy. How you doing? Okay? I bet she doesn't even know what a CD-ROM is. She does, actually. She does. I was explaining what an album was to her because she was asking why when you look up a song, it shows a picture. And I was like, well, sometimes when people put music out, they'll have a picture that's associated either with the song or the album. And I realized, oh, she might not know what an album is. So I said, do you know what an album is? And she said, no. And I was like, well, it's kind of like, like say that you drew a bunch of pictures of flowers and you put them all in one folder. And you said, these are all of my pictures of flowers. And you named the folder. It's kind of like that. Like if you worked on a bunch of songs and you wanted them all in the same folder, you would call that your album, right? All of these songs that you made that you want in a collection, that's your album of songs. And she was like, oh, like on a CD. And I was like, yeah, like on a CD. So it's like sometimes people will have a picture, like again with the folder metaphor, it would be like if you took a picture and you like glued it to the front of the folder, and then you could at a glance be like, oh, this is my folder of flower pictures, you know. This conversation reminds me of when that video of teenagers trying to figure out how to use a rotary phone came out, and it was this really strange collection of responses where a bunch of old people were like, kids these days don't know how to use a rotary phone, right? Like that's imperative to survival. And basically just like making fun of these kids. And then other people watching and going, this is so cool that these kids have never seen a rotary phone before, but like are engaging with it so well, like trying to figure out how to use it. That's so fun, you know? It's reminding me of that. Like, of course they would have had no reason to have used a rotary phone before, but they still took the time to like figure it out and had fun figuring it out, you know? We had a rotary phone growing up, yeah. So I know how to use one just because I grew up with one. Is it true kids can't use PCs? What a weird all-encompassing statement. Does the kid live in a house without a PC? Then probably not. Yeah. Sure. One sec, chat. Hello, I'm back. Yeah, I don't think, I'm trying to remember when the last time is that I had a computer that could take discs. Hello, back. Boo! I don't think my last two PCs have had a disk drive. Which is kind of weird. Which is weird to think about. I wasn't pooping, you're right. It was a delivery. I'm gonna do, I found two different really cute ornament projects that I'm gonna try to do with the kids before Christmas. I'm very excited. One of them that I kept seeing is where you take ribbon and you measure the kid and then write their name and the year on it and then bundle up the ribbon and put it inside of one of those empty ornaments. And then next year they can take it out and take out the ribbon and see how much they've grown since last year. Very cute. So I'm going to try to do that with all the kids. And then the other one has been going around a lot, so you've probably seen it, but It's where you take an empty ornament. I just got a bunch of empty ornaments for this. You take an empty ornament and any like little bits of crayon that you have sitting around, if you have like tiny bits of crayon that just aren't going to get used, and you put them inside, and then take a hairdryer and use a hairdryer on it to melt the wax and then wiggle it all around. Fun. Oh my god, my ears. I didn't know that was another pronunciation of crayon. Instead of like crayon. Yeah. Crayon is... That's one of those words that I don't realize I say in a different way until somebody points it out. Yeah, crayon. Yeah, crayon. Caramel is another one that I always get called out on. If I think of it and I'm around people, I'll try to say caramel because that way it doesn't become a thing. But I naturally always want to call it caramel. Caramel gang, rise up. Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, I'm not ashamed of how I say these things. It's more just like there are some words where people think it's very funny to point it out and it gets tired. So caramel is one of them that people love to point out. So if I just like don't have the energy, I'll try to remember to just say caramel. Yeah, well, that one's weird because we don't spell it the way that you guys do. We don't spell it like aluminium. So why would we say it that way? I tease my friend for pronouncing the L in almond. Wait, do you just say almond? How do you say almond without pronouncing the L? He says it like almond. Oh, I see. I think I know people who say almond. I feel like. Maybe not. I mean, I think at least in America, it's a lot of that is definitely influenced by like, or almost entirely influenced by who settled where, you know. The way that people pronounce certain things has to do with like, was there an overabundance of people who spoke X, Y, or Z language there? Then that affected the way that the English pronunciation of things was sort of normalized. Can you play rock, paper, scissors? The way that I naturally want to play rock, paper, scissors is that you shoot on scissors. So like rock, paper, scissors. That's how I want to do it. But I know that it's much more accessible to most people to do rock, paper, scissors, go, you know. So I've adjusted, but that's not how I grew up playing it. Also, as a side note, I have never once beaten Sam at rock, paper, scissors, so it's a sore spot for me. Go for it. Okay, please be careful. Go get your tissue. It's a chaotic child. The arts and crafts version of you always goes scissors? No. I try a different thing almost every time. It just doesn't matter. Careful steps. You okay? Oh, well done, Clarky. Smart. She put my high heels on, and I was really nervous because the stairs are right there. So I was like, please walk carefully next to the stairs, and I heard her sit. And it was because she was taking the shoes off before she went by the stairs. So I was like, oh, thank you. Yes. In this house, we stand safety. Oh, I never said hi to you and Bounce SMP, but I hope you're having a lovely day. Enjoy your stream. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I hope you're doing good. I wish my boy would be careful, but he climbs everything. Oh my god. Tiri's kid. Tiri has two. Her youngest is a, like, fully, if I die, I die kind of kid. It's like, I don't care how high it is. I don't care how dangerous it is. I will climb it, and you'll just have to deal with the consequences, sort of a thing. And it is terrifying. I've not played Dwarf Fortress, no. I don't think it looks like the sort of game that I would get really into. Yeah, kids like that, I always think to myself, like, oh my god, get that kid into gymnastics, right? Take that kid to a climbing place. But, you know, it's hard, especially gymnastics is such an expensive thing to get a kid into. So, you know, it's not as easy as just like, get that kid into an expensive extracurricular activity. What's wrong with you, you know? It's also very time expensive. Yes. I was talking about this with Sam's uncle. It was at like one of the family birthdays or something. I was talking about how Clark wants to do everything, right? She wants to be in every dance class. She wants to do soccer. She wants to do, outdoor clubs. She wants just everything. And I was like, I think it's great that she has so many interests. I just don't want to like. I worry about putting her in too many things and her being burnt out, you know? And he was like, don't worry about that. Don't worry about your kid burning out. They will, if they love it, they'll have energy for it. The question is, are you gonna burn out? He was like, my kid's been in gymnastics since she was like 2, and it is the most expensive, time-consuming, exhausting hobby, and I'm not even the one doing it. Like, just don't put them in shit if you don't have the energy to take them and like help them be involved, because otherwise it's a waste of time, you know? And I was like, damn, that's fair. Would you let Clark do martial arts? 100%. I've tried to drop hints to her that she should do martial arts because I would love that. That's like the one thing that she's like, no, that's okay. I'm like, come on, man. Sam and I both loved martial arts. So I've been like, damn, it would be cool if Clarky got into that, but my parents put me into kid team sports, Boy Scouts. I didn't end up liking any of it, but they gave me the opportunities. That's all I want, really, is like, if she shows an interest in something, I would like to either give her the opportunity to explore it more, or I want her to feel like if there's something that she really wants to do, that, you know, I would be open to talking about it with her. And currently, it's like anything dance related. She's like, I want to do that, but like, I'm not going to put you in 4 dance classes, you know? We were watching a video downstairs this morning where people were learning how to tap dance, and she was like, I need to learn to tap dance. And I was like, oh my God. I loved tap dance when I was young. So part of me was like, she'd probably love it. But like, she's already in 2 dance classes. Like, I can't do this, you know? I did 3 types of dance: soccer, basketball, and Girl Scouts. What style of dance? She's in ballet, and she's also in a class that's like, I guess you would say it's sort of like musical theater-esque dancing. It's improv games, music, and dance. So it's very like performative, very like sort of modern dancey, and that, you know, it's like the flower, you know, sort of shit. Get her into capoeira. There we go. Capoeira always makes me think of Bob's Burgers. Oh yeah, that's what my degree is in, is theater. So yeah, they say you see a magnifying glass on yourself with your child. The big one, and I try not to like ever point it out to her, because it was pointed out to me constantly and it made me never want to look at mirrors, is she looks at herself in the mirror all the time. She loves watching herself dance and make weird faces and like all sorts of stuff, you know. I used to get called out for looking at the mirror all the time because I think, you know, the initial thing is like, how vain are you? Why do you keep looking at yourself, right? And so I try not to even point it out that she's doing it, unless it means that she is just like completely ignoring what I'm saying to her. Yeah, especially for kids. Kids learn a lot by watching themselves, you know. Yeah, there are a few words that she says very American, I think. And there are some words that she swaps back and forth with. Tomato is one. She'll say tomato and then tomato in like the same sentence. There are some words where she wants to know how to pronounce it properly, quote unquote. But she struggles with knowing what that means for her. If that makes sense. Like, I'm trying to think of how to put this. I think when you grow up with two parents that you talk to a lot, because we both talk to her all the time, right? If you grow up with two parents that you talk to a lot and they pronounce most words differently, and you're in school being taught how to pronounce words, when you come home and you don't have that reinforcement of like, what's the way they're trying to teach me to pronounce these things, you stumble a lot trying to figure out like, wait, how am I meant to pronounce this thing, you know? And so I do feel bad about that. Oh, everyone in Oregon says Oregon. If you say Oregon, we know you're not from there. Are you okay? Did you tumble? Aw. You okay? Come here, let me see. Did you hit your knee?
No, not my knee.
Oh, good. Owie. Your knees have taken a beating lately, haven't they? Are they okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna say bye-bye. Do you want to sit with me while I say bye-bye?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, wait. I need
What do you need?
a Talia.
You need a Talia. Okay, go. A Talia is the recycled unicorn toy. So yeah, we're gonna start wrapping up. Let me... One sec. Where is it? Yeah, she sounds very English now. Okay, raid leader is open. We had a couple of Valentines. Deacon said best wishes to Doogs and all the other sick people in chat. Hope you all feel better soon. Equinox Phoenix said much love to you and the fam. Hope the cold goes away fast. And Akabara said this one is for all you lovelies in chat and a Dodger. I haven't been able to be around for a few weeks because of some medical issues, but I think I'm back now. After a bunch of tests, it looks like I'll just need to change my diet and stuff like that. It's always amazing to have such a cozy, chill place to feel so welcomed in, even when going through not so great things in life. Keep being amazing, Doogs and chat. You're all a bunch of good cookies. Well, I'm glad that it sounds like you'll be able to feel better soon, Akabara. Hi. Are you in my heels?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Put it on your head.
Okay.
But.
Italia's on my head. Clarky's on my heels. Fantastic. Oh! Careful. Don't fall, please. Okie doke. Let's read off our activity feed, and then I'm going to go be a mama. I'll be posting a schedule that reflects this, but Clarky's on break, aren't you?
Yeah.
Clarky's on her Christmas break.
Mommy,
Yes, baby.
my feet bit dust on. At first they went like this,
Uh-huh.
but now they go like this.
Yeah.
They don't go in here.
They just need to be a little bit longer, don't they? There's a bunch of space behind your heel, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's okay. We'll blink and then you'll put those on one day and be like, oh, they fit me perfect. And then I'll sob.
Mommy,
Yes?
I want little pink. I want little rainbow high heels, pink hearts on them, and Sky and Everest on them.
You want heels, rainbow heels
Yeah,
with pink hearts on them and Sky and Everest from Paw Patrol on them.
yeah,
Where are Sky and Everest from Paw Patrol? Are they on the front or on the back?
everywhere.
They're everywhere.
Little faces on them.
Okay, itty bitty Sky and Everest faces all over rainbow heels, and then hearts on the front. Pink hearts on the front.
Hearts everywhere. as well.
Also hearts everywhere. Okay. Noted. I got you.
Actually, I want rainbow hearts, and I want a pink high heels like yours.
Pink high heels. Okay.
Pink high heels like yours.
Okay.
Pink light.
Gotcha. Light
Really light like yours.
light pink heels with tiny Sky and Everest faces all over them and rainbow hearts.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
You're going to take the fashion world by storm, my darling. Okay. Let's read these off. Gerentium, thank you for the 41 months. Benjack for the 20. Jerry Reg for the 3 years. Happy anniversary. Never Normal for the 17.
Can I put some of your blush on?
Not right now. You can when I'm done, okay? Just be patient.
Can we do makeup together when you're done?
Yes, when I'm done. Okay, just be patient.
Okay, I'll put this all over my face.
Okay. Telly, thank you for the 3 years. Happy anniversary, Telly. Appreciate you. Bro Manatee, thank you for the 5 years. Happy anniversary. Thank you, thank you. Space Pirate Pluto, thank you for the 21. Sunflower Angarad for the 34. Statue for the 62. Poldy for the 5 years. Happy anniversary. Millman, thank you again for the raid. Silpha for the 86. Boldly Trekking for the 2 years. Happy anniversary. Athorn for the 37. Krendall for the 103. Dang. Dornish Vintage for the 32. Shifty Monk for the 69. Astra for the 91. Flash Redux for the 51. Can you put a little bit on my face too? Oh no, I got in your bangs!
I forgot I had bangs.
Grab a headband so you can push your bangs back. That'll help a lot, especially if we're gonna play with makeup later.
No, after you're finished with what?
I know. Well, that's later than right now, isn't it? Okay. Go grab a headband. I know you have a million.
I don't have a million.
You have like 27 of them. Hey, take the shoes off if you're next to the steps, Bubba. Okay. Arnar, thank you for the gifted sub. Flummoxed for the 43. Crazy Murph at the 66. Gazbang Goblin for the 54. New Skulls for the 15. K Samurai for the 28. Hemialic for the 43. Lepa for the 84. Happy anniversary. 84 is 7 years, I believe. Happy anniversary. Thank you so much. Marsters, thank you for the 77. 4 p.m. in the a.m. for the 22. And Sayin Adam for the 76. 27 equals a million. Totally. I'm gonna go be mama. I guess I'm gonna go put on some makeup with my kid. So thank you all very much for hanging out. I appreciate it. I hope you've had an amazing weekend so far. I don't remember if I got it completely out, but careful. That's exactly what I'm talking about, homie. There we go. Bangs out of the way. While Clarky is home for the holidays, the next 3 weeks, we're going back to the old schedule. So I will be starting at 1 p.m. GMT. We'll be starting with coffee time and then doing game after. So it'll be back to that up through the end of the year. There she goes. Lotion, lotion, lotion. All right. Thank you all very much. Did we have a raid leader? Yes. Skysty. A lovely Overwatch streamer. Okay, let's see.
I've already rubbed it into this cheek. I've already rubbed it into this cheek.
Perfect. And your chin?
Yeah, on my chin.
Time.
I'm gonna do my neck last.
Okay. You gotta do the other cheek and your forehead, yeah? Perfect. Oh my gosh, they're literally just starting. Perfect. Okay. Yeah, we'll still be doing this stuff on Sunday because Sam and I are still going to be taking Saturdays off together. Cool. Okay. Thank you all very much. Go spread love, spread joy. Have a fantastic rest of your day. We're doing Godforge tonight. So if you're looking for something to watch, we're deep in Fabia story stuff, which is very fun. Yeah, next time I stream will be tomorrow at 1 p.m. GMT. So see you then. Bye-bye.